questions if you don't ask me questions. So it's up to you. And I'm on an open session on a Sunday. On an open session means that you can ask me any question that you like. Thank you. Sip Kamalji, Sip Sachin, Sip Siba, Sip Siri, Sip Prakash, Sip Rumataji, Sip Atmanand, Sip Chidanand, Sip Vinayak, Sip Sarlanand, Sip Rajanand, Sip Anil, Sip Anand Ki Khoj, Sip Harshal, Sip Samatma, Sip Girija, Sip Ahem, Sip Gigi, Sip Parvati Amma, Sip Bliss, Sip Sita, Sip Ahem Atma, Sip Sadanand, Sip Renuka, Sip Jyoti, Sip Chotwani, Sip Sukhi, Sip Siva, Sip Sarojananda, Sip Girish Ananda, Sip Sagai, Sip Ritu, Sip Soham, Sip Ahem Atma. And of course, everybody else whom I cannot see, welcome to this call, a unique call, a call that is important for us all. For me, I look forward to this call as much as you do, many of you. I was on a train for 7 hours and just got out of the train, but all set to get into answering your questions, right? Sip Prakash, let us start. Let us not waste any time. Let us start. Sip Prakash.
Namaste, Guruji.
Namaste.
I would like to ask one question regarding your books. You have written 80 plus books.
Yeah.
You say you should kill the mind, but when you're writing all these books, isn't your mind active?
Mind.
Isn't your mind active when you're writing all these books?
If I write from the mind, then you have, if I write from my mind, then you have to throw the books in the dustbin.
Then what is the source?
You write from in your consciousness. You don't write in your mind. You don't write. Writing in a mind state is the most dangerous thing you can do in life.
So you're writing from subconsciousness.
Absolutely.
So when you write these books, you attribute everything to SIP. So when you write the name of the author, shouldn't you include SIP? Because we used to write books under the name of non-diplom, anonymous or some other name. So I'm just asking a personal question whether you should include SIP.
I am listening to a mind. Now the mind is talking. Now because you are talking what is known as duality. When I think I am nothing, but I am Atma. What is Atma?
Atma is soul.
Atma is SIP. That means if Prakash, you don't get that point, that Atma is SIP.
Yeah.
Why do you call yourself SIP then? Your soul in Prakash, correct?
Yeah.
Then you, me, the butterfly, the bee, the tree, the mountain, the sea, everything is SIP. Are you getting the point?
Yeah.
So you have to understand, as long as we are alive, the ego has to be present in its enlightened form, in its true form.
Okay.
Otherwise there will be no difference from all of us. Why has God given us separate bodies? Why? We have to live the Leela. We have to live in this Maya. We have to accept the divine will.
Yeah.
Can you say tomorrow, why I'm alive? No, I don't want to be alive. Can you say like that?
No.
So we have to live as a divine instrument. What we have to be clear. So in this call, do I say I write or do I say I do nothing? SIP does. What do I say?
So SIP gives all the energy.
Then, if somebody sitting in Delhi or Mumbai or Nasik reads a book, he will not understand if you say SIP. He has to come on this call to understand the meaning. Okay?
Okay.
Good. Sunday, 8 o'clock, you have your time. At 9 o'clock, there will be no time to answer questions. Keep in mind. So please don't wait for 9 o'clock for questions. Karma and Siba.
Shivoham AiR.
Shivoham.
AiR, I would request you to share your thoughts on the importance or not importance of sattvic food for a person on the journey of enlightenment, and how, if it affects or not, the journey of that person towards the enlightenment.
So I'm only going to speak from a practical point of view, okay? No theory and no technical point of view.
Okay.
For example, today morning, if I start my morning, right, and I eat some fruits and vegetables or salad, just to give you an idea,
Mhm.
I feel so energized. I feel full of energy. If the same time I have some heavy sandwiches, either with its meat or it's heavy, any heavy oil, or immediately the body becomes, either the body will start feeling sleepy or the body starts becoming lazy.
Mhm.
So food is very important because food is energy. And you need positive energy to reach that state of enlightenment, to be in consciousness. Simple thing. If I, in the afternoon, if I eat a very heavy biryani or if I eat 2 masala dosas of ghee or butter, that's enough to knock me out. So
Okay.
I'm only talking from that point of view. Each one of us must choose the right meal, the right food. I'm not going to get into Raj Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic. These are all right. These are all nothing wrong. For example, eating eating vegetarian food. It's always healthy to eat vegetarian food. It's
But the
always
challenge
healthy to eat. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely, you're right. The challenge is there are rajasic and tamasic food in vegetables also. For example, onions and garlics and a lot of root vegetables. I
So I'm
specifically want to understand why a lot of people emphasis on just going completely sattvic, or as
no, no. So
popularly
I'm
known
just
as
telling
pure
you.
vegetarian.
Okay. So from my point of view,
Mhm.
this is an individual matter. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a biologist. I'm not going to. I can only tell you from my personal experience. Point number one: we must only eat what we need to eat. So I'm giving you very different. I'm not going to talk, I'm not commenting on Sattvic, Rajasic, Tamasic. Am I clear? I'm not an expert in that matter. I'm not interested in that matter. But I'm telling you, if you can eat one apple and be healthy, don't eat two. Don't eat three. Don't eat four. Don't overeat. The body needs to eat only what you need. Point number one. Point number two, do not eat unhealthy food. For me, if somebody asks me, should I eat meat? I say, don't eat meat. Don't eat meat. My guru was strictly against it. And so somebody says, I like to eat eggs. I said, from a point of view of health, if you want to eat, and for eggs are not fertilized, it means ande se murgi nahi aati hai. Of egg is not fertilized. But if you want to be in that mode of vegan, that the chickens are treated badly, so I don't want to eat eggs, don't eat. As simple as that. More important than sattvic, rajasic, tamasic, onions and garlic and all these things. For example, let me say somebody loves to eat chilies. Whole day they want to eat chilies. What's going to happen to your stomach? How are you going to have, how is your alkaline and acid combination in your body work? It's going to kill you.
True,
So I'm saying,
that would be overconsumption of it. But again, I know, though you have cleared your stand that you're not interested in these bifurcations, but like I said, it's been so many times, especially I'm sure when you were, now you're not religious, but as you said that at one point you were. So did you switch over to Sattvic for that point in time, or did you at that time also did not bother about it?
I never bothered and I will not bother.
Okay.
So for me,
I wanted to understand if it really affects, does it make
no.
a
So let
difference
me,
in
okay.
life?
Let me give you a conclusive statement. Okay, listen to me carefully.
Okay.
Will everybody who eats sattvic food get enlightened?
In my opinion, no, absolutely
So
not.
it's very clear. No chance.
Hmm.
So does it mean anybody who eats rajasic food or tamasic food cannot get enlightened?
Personally, I don't think that affects.
So I'm just telling you, please listen to me. I'm saying if you eat in moderation,
Mhm.
if you eat limited what you need to eat, avoid avoid eating food which is killing of animals. Definitely, according to me, definitely we should not eat meat, because today you can get plant-based meat, you can get enough stuff which is like meat. So we should not kill and eat. I'm very clear on that. If somebody asks me, while I don't talk about it all the time on this call, there are people, my guru was very specific: no meat, full stop. So,
Understood.
but for example, onions, garlic, potato, whatever you, now there's no end to this. I mean, I feel our life is too short. Let's pay attention to eating simple food, what we need, without killing or harming any animal. And let us focus on awakening. Let us focus on enlightenment. Let us focus on energy. Let us focus on uh, the SIP within us. That's all. I'm just see. Karma. We don't have to get into every matter that the world talks about. What is not relevant, we push it aside, and we move forward. What is relevant?
Agreed. I totally agree with that. It's just a lot of people, influential people, talk about it, saying that it affects your journey on enlightenment. I
No,
personally do
no,
not feel it does. So I just wanted to
no.
confirm whether it does or not.
It may affect, but it will not control.
Okay. Got it.
Okay,
Thank
and for some people today are very fancy. They are vegan. Vegan means I don't eat paneer. I don't have milk. I don't have. So there's no end to it. I am not. I don't subscribe to all these things.
Okay. Thank
Siba
you.
and Sonia. Thank you. Siba and Sonia.
Pranam Guruji.
Pranam.
Guruji, mind and body is reborn. Then what about Guruji? Then with new body. So Atma par jo samskar hua hai. What about that, Guruji? I'm not getting clear cut about that, because somebody was telling me कि फिर आत्मा तो वही संस्कार लेके आएगी. I couldn't explain that, Guruji, to her. So I was confused कि अभी मैं क्या बताऊं. मैं बोली मैं सोच के बताती हूँ. I will just, but I am not getting the answer, Guruji.
उन्होंने क्या बोला?
कि आत्मा संस्कार लेके आती है, जो भी है वो सब संस्कार लेके आती है.
आत्मा घोड़ी है क्या? आत्मा घोड़ी है क्या? घोड़ी.
I gave the example of balloon also कि balloon
आत्मा का कोई संस्कार नहीं है.
तो गुरुजी नई with new atma, with new body, and only mind and ego is reborn.
Only mind and ego carries any samskar if it carries. The mind, body is a new body. The body gets new, the genes, genes of the mother and father.
Genetics.
Genetics happens with the body, because mother and father genes come to the child. Point number one. The mind and ego carries karma, samskara, and comes back.
Mind, okay.
The Atma is free from all this. Don't tell that person come on Zoom call if they can't understand you. Bring them on Zoom call one day.
Not ready to. She was arguing with me. I said, Babra,
no need to argue. I was on the Times of India podcast. Please listen to the Times of India podcast after 2 weeks. Okay. The editors of the podcast, they were asking bar, वो आत्मा पुनर्जन्म लेती है? आत्मा पुनर्जन्म नहीं लेती ना. You know the balloon.
Yeah.
Once the hawa air becomes one with the atmosphere, लहर वही लहर वापस नहीं आता. You explain nicely.
I told her, but she was not ready to listen only. हमारे को ऐसा ही किया है, हमारा ऐसा ही है, ऐसा ही है.
पर बोलो तथास्तु.
हाँ, तो फिर मैंने छोड़ दिया, मैं बोली जाने दी.
Don't need to convince people.
No. गुरुजी और वो उनके upbringing है, उनका सत्संग है. They're not ready
Siba,
to.
Let me tell you. Yeah. All of the people who are in this call, we are lucky. We are lucky to talk on the right truth and the direct truth. Everybody is not lucky to have this kind of
satsang
conversation. Correct? This is something we are all blessed.
Yeah, Guruji.
जिसको नहीं समझ में आता है, उनका कर्मा है. हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते.
नहीं छोड़ दिया फिर मैंने. Guruji, and what is the difference between God realization and self realization, Guruji?
Self realization is I am the soul.
I am the soul.
God realization is I am SIP.
So I am SIP. But yesterday you said na ki law of causation ki SIP में से we are born with the SIP. SIP is the cause and we are the effect. So how we can correlate it, Guruji, then?
What?
Guruji SIP is the cause and we are the effect. So
That is the reality, no?
हाँ, तो God realization में ये कहाँ से आया फिर अभी?
God realization में this is what? SIP is the cause, we are effects. This is God realization.
अच्छा, this is God realization. Okay, I got it. तो
Which मतलब that we are all nothing but we are all SIP.
so
मुझ में SIP है, आप में SIP है.
तो self realization में ये एक ही point है, दूसरा क्या है और?
Self realization, I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am not the ego, I am the soul.
Okay, अच्छा, okay, I got it, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji.
Good. Sonia will, अहम आत्मा and who? मैं हूँ. कौन हूँ? मैं हूँ. Okay. Sonia.
Hi, AiR. Hello.
Hi, Sonia.
I was just listening to what you were saying about being lucky, and definitely to have this understanding and to have the daily teachings being disseminated so clearly is definitely lucky. But I think there's also there can be a little bit of when we keep talking about we're so lucky, ego does creep in, and we start thinking we are right, others are wrong. And I don't, I mean, personally, with no offense to anyone, I don't think anybody is wrong. I think everybody is just at a different level of understanding. Some people are kindergarten, some people are third grade, fourth grade, some people are high school, and some people have graduate. But everyone is at a different level, and I think we have to just have that compassion that when people are not able to get the same thing that we're trying to explain, like the sister that was just trying to explain before, that if other people are not able to get it, we just have to look at it compassionately. But if we think that I understand it and you're not getting it, it can be very egotistical, because we're trying to think that we know and they don't know, or I know, and they don't know. So that was just one comment. It wasn't my question, but it was just a comment that I thought I would just share. And
if you don't feel that we are lucky to have this call, the comment I made is that it is a blessing of SIP to create an opportunity where so many people who are seekers come and speak. It is not about ego. There is no ego.
Lucky.
People on this call have got no ego. People who have got ego won't come on this call. So people who come on this call leave their ego outside the call and come, because the first thing we learn on this call is we are nothing. We are absolutely nothing.
You didn't understand my point. I said we are definitely lucky. The call to be able to hear this every day is a very good thing. It's definitely good karma, like you said. But I think there is a subtle point. That's my point, where when you start thinking that I know and others don't know, anybody else does not know.
See, just to clarify again, Sonia, whether somebody knows or somebody does not know, all right? How does it matter? A person who knows and a person who does not know, do they have different blood, different bones, different soul?
No, exactly.
Everybody is the same SIP. The point was that somebody thinks that the soul has samskar and the soul creates karma and the soul takes rebirth. If they are at the evolution level where they are not on this call and they believe that and they don't want to explain to one member of this call, then leave it. That's all I said. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, it's a kindergarten level. Exactly.
Just
That's
leave
what I'm
it.
saying.
Just leave it. It doesn't mean that we think we are superior or we think we have ego. No, nothing like this. How can we think like that when we know we are all nothing? When we all know we are all waves of one ocean, what is there to think that we are greater than others? No, we should never think like that.
Yeah, we shouldn't. I know that's the point, but subtly that does come in. I think, I mean, if we notice, right, every teaching, every branch of every teaching. I'm not going to use religion, because it's not just for religions. It's everywhere. We start feeling that we know and others don't know. It's just I don't know, it's some sort of human.
So Sonia, I don't know how much you are following what we speak in this call. Just to tell you, in this call, there are no others. There is nothing like others. All of us are manifestations of one divine. So they are all part of the philosophy we believe in. We don't demean people. We don't criticize people. We don't need to do that. Every person is a manifestation of God. If they have not realized it, it's their karma. They will continue. We have to help as many people as we can. See God in all, serve God in all, love God in all. This is what the teachings we follow in this call, right? So I don't know where you've got this feeling that we should not have, we should. So I'm just saying your point is noted. But please don't think that we are thinking we are superior to people who are not on this call. Nobody in this call thinks like that.
Okay, noted. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Any question?
Yeah, my question was, what is a sign of enlightenment? What would you say are the signs of enlightenment? You might have talked about this a while back. Since
What is
I've
a
been
sign?
listening to the calls, I haven't really heard it, so
What
I'm
is
asking.
what is a sign of a beautiful rose? The sign of a beautiful rose is that it's blooming, it's blossomed, the petals are open, it starts to smell. Correct? The
Yeah,
difference between the difference between a leaf or a
a
little
bud,
stem, a
a
bud.
bud.
First
Yeah.
a leaf, a stem, a bud, and then it becomes a rose. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
So an enlightened person is one who will radiate peace, love, bliss. An enlightened person will not have any iota of pride, greed, and selfishness. An enlightened person will be able to see the divine around in all. There are um,
Markers.
several manifestations in an enlightened person. And just to tell you, no two enlightened people are the same. So it's not necessary. It's just like saying a rose will manifest differently and a sunflower will manifest differently. Both can blossom, both can bloom. But an enlightened person will definitely go beyond body, mind, and ego. Simple, and live as a divine soul. This is in principle the simplest way to understand. But how can you make out? Can you look at somebody and say they are enlightened? You can't.
That was my question. So is it a self, like do you just know for yourself that you're enlightened? Because you said you can't look at someone and say
Yeah.
that this person is
We have
enlightened.
we have no business to judge anybody's enlightenment. Point number one. Only the guru can make out if we are enlightened. So my guru would know if I'm enlightened. And we have written a new book called Spiritual Initiation and Self-Certification. So you have to self-certify. There's a book called, it's already on Google Play. It's called Spiritual Initiation and Self-Certification. So you go through the 24 or 26 sprint parameters and you tick all the parameters to see where you are on the journey of enlightenment.
And if you tick all those parameters, 24, and they all tick good, then you can, for yourself, know that you are enlightened.
You can do that, but your guru must endorse it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because the guru, without a guru, first of all, to me, enlightenment is
Yeah,
practically
it's not
impossible.
possible. Correct. It's
Yeah.
not possible. So then you would ask your, like, so for example,
You would
everyone
share.
on this call would ask you, could you please endorse that I'm enlightened? Is that how it works?
Yeah, everybody in this call doesn't think I'm their guru, but whoever thinks that they want to ask me, they will ask me, and they will go through the certification with me and get an okay.
Okay, got it. Got it.
For my guru, when I got a spiritual awakening on 31st August 2014, my guru gave me a green signal only in 2017, saying now you're all set to go.
Right, right. Okay.
So you have to transcend so many things to
Dada
reach that
JP
state.
Vaswani, right?
Correct, yeah.
And it's a process, right?
It's a process where
That's
you
why you
first
said
work.
you need to transcend because it's a process.
Yeah, so it's a journey that you go up the peak, and then at the peak, it's not over. Then you come down the peak and you continue going down the peak till you are completely liberated.
So you're saying that on 31st August was probably the time that you got initiated, and then
No, I got
3
the
years
spark.
later
No.
you
On
were
31st August,
certified.
Initiation was 2012. 2014, I got my awakening. I awakened to the truth. I am Atma and Ravi. But
And then
that process continued for 3 more years.
And then, 3 years later, that is when the the certification happened.
Till
From
then,
the
I was
Guru.
till I was not sure to take my message to the world. Then my Guru told me I'm ready to take my message to the world. Then only I took the message to the world.
Does everybody come to a point where they take the message to the world? Because some people could just be enlightened for themselves, right?
Not necessary. Some people may just want to go to the mountains, or some people may just want to be in seclusion. But to me, a truly enlightened person will try to spread their message because there's no other purpose to live.
Once you've already been enlightened.
Once you're enlightened, life has no meaning. Then you become a divine instrument, whether you want to do bhakti, or you want to do karma yoga, or bhakti yoga, or jnana yoga, or dhyana yoga. You dedicate your life to a purpose.
Yeah, a lot of people also dedicate it to seva, right? So what you're saying
karma
is
yoga. That's karma yoga.
Okay.
Whatever, but it should not be karma yoga as I am doing. It is the God is doing through me. So that
once you're certified, there won't be an I am doing anyways.
Yeah,
right?
I'm just saying seva. A lot of people do seva, but they do seva as good karma. That is not karma yoga.
That's still, it's not nishkam. It's still self-serving. So one last question. Sorry, I don't want to take more time, but in 2012, when you said you got initiated, what was that process?
That process was my Guru sent me on a quest. My Guru asked me the question, who am I? Why am I here? To go start asking questions. Why did I come to this earth? What will happen after I die? Who is God? Where is God?
The seeking began.
Yeah.
The seeking,
you initiate.
the asking.
What is the meaning of initiate, Sonia?
To start.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's what the real meaning is, to start.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Done. Thank you. Will and Aham Atma, who and Rajananda.
Shivohang Sip, thanks for taking this call. I wonder if you could. It seems to me the ego is part of mind, but you discriminate them. You say they're very different, but I think the ego and the mind must in some way be related, because I don't know if I'm right in saying that. Some people, for example, they say, I know one lady, she says the ego is part of the mind, but you discriminate the two. I don't know if you could talk about that a bit.
So Will, it's very easy to get into a complication, right? Keep it simple, Will. What is mind? M-I-N-D. Mind is nothing but a bundle of toxic thoughts. It actually does not exist. It appears to exist because it is carrying karma, and therefore this mind is kind of caught in thought. So are you clear? Mind is only nothing but a bundle of thoughts?
Yes.
Ego is not a bundle of thoughts. Ego is an identity. I am will. You can't mix mind and ego. They're two separate things. It is just like the palm of your hand. Can you call the palm of your hand and the back of the hand same?
No.
They both are your hand.
Yes.
But this is your palm.
Yes.
You can eat with your fingers, correct?
Yes.
Can you eat with the back of your hand? Show me how you can eat with the back of your hand. Can you?
Can't do it.
So the mind is nothing but the thoughts, the toxic thoughts that are bombarding us. That's the mind. The ego is the identity of me, I. But both mind and ego, both in reality, don't exist. In the sense they don't have real existence. They are not something that actually exists. They have got only subtle existence.
Yes.
Which means that you try to find the mind, you can't find the mind. If the ego that says I, in reality, there is no I. It is like the wave. The wave says, I am a wave. How long are you a wave? Before you can say Jack, the wave is already back to the ocean. Are you getting me? So mind is separate, ego is separate. But both the mind and ego are the ones who carry karma and who take a new birth.
So they both carry karma, and the mind, at enlightenment, the mind disappears, but the ego does not disappear.
And when you enlighten the mind and ego, the mind, you still the mind, you kill the mind, and the ego is enlightened. I am not I. That is enlightenment. Enlightenment is realizing I am not the mind, I am not the ego, I am not the body, I am the soul. Enlightenment. Yes. This is enlightenment.
Yes. It's fascinating, isn't it? Because you say, I am not I am I. I am not I am I. You've got the two things. I am not
I am the soul.
Yes.
Not I am I. Not I am I. I am not I. But I am. Who am I? I am the soul. I
find the word soul uncomfortable. I'm still working with it. I find it an interesting idea, but I feel
you call it musu, kusu, dusu, nothing. You can call whatever you like.
Yes.
But it is that energy that is making you talk. For example, if a man is dead, Bill, can he talk? Can he walk?
Yes. No.
What is the power that's making you walk and talk? You give it any name. You call it sonky, nonky, lonky, anything you call it. How does it matter what you call it? It's that energy.
Yes. Okay.
Some people call it prana. Some people call it ki, chi, whatever. How does it matter? It's that energy.
Well, I think that might be an idea. Chi, prana, yeah, maybe.
You call it anything. Yeah, that's what it is. It's life. It's a life. It's energy. It's force. It's God's power. Anything you call it, sip, whatever you call it.
In the Bible, they say God breathe. It's God's breath. That's the way they use it.
Yeah, same thing. It's in the Bible. They say it's the divine spirit, right? The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. What's the Holy Spirit?
Well, the Holy Spirit is more inspiration. But for life, they talk about, I think in Genesis and various other places, they talk about God breathe life into the soil.
Okay. So what is the breathing? What is that breathing life into each bird or each life? What is that breathing life?
Prana. Chi.
You call it anything. Yeah, you call it anything. Don't get confused.
Yes, sir.
The problem is not to let the mind confuse you. Be in straight consciousness. Don't let the mind confuse you. Every time the mind confuses you, the mind is taking you away from your goal.
Thank you.
So stop the mind from confusing you. Stick to your realization and ask questions whenever you have a doubt. I am Atma. Who? Rajanand, Siba. I am Atma.
Sir, yeah. Good evening, Ji. I am just going through your book, the My Guru, My Mentor. I will just read 8 lines. From that, I will ask a question, actually. You have given, Dada further said, you can treat the God just like you treat your partner in every possible way.
We cannot hear you.
I can. Am I audible now? Am I audible now? Am I audible? 1 minute.
I think you have a bad connection, Atma. You have to switch off your video and talk, please. Your connection doesn't seem to be okay. Switch off the video and talk.
Is it okay now, sir? Is it okay now? Yeah. Is it okay now?
Yeah, now I can hear you. Please speak.
Yeah. Sir, I am now going through your book, My Guru, My Mentor, My God on Earth. I am just reading some 8 lines. I just wanted. Dada further said, you can treat the God just like you treat your partner in every possible way. You should give your partner a share of your profit. That is, give God his share of profit. Just like your partners take care of the problems, let God handle the problems that you would like him to handle. I started following this. You are mentioning, I started following this advice. Probably the best advice I got in those 15 years of life from my guru, golden words from Dada. I would set aside 10% of the profit for the God. Can you please tell me how I can make the partner as how I can make a God as a partner? And your guru told 10% of the profits have to be dedicated. What is your advice? I wanted to understand the practical spirituality. That is why I'm asking
It
this.
is. It is just like a chartered accounting asking what is the how to calculate 100 plus 100.
No, I'm not asking that. You tell me
No,
how
wait,
to
wait.
make the God partner in our life. That's what I'm asking
This
actually.
was this was for somebody who is not in the path of enlightenment. Before I became AiR.
Before you became AiR. Okay.
So this is not. This is what you learnt in PUC. What you learnt in 10th standard. This is what it is. So should you
Okay.
go back to that?
No. No. When I make him a partner, I will not fall into mind consciousness always. How to establish
You
as a
can
partner?
you can make God your partner if you are still in the journey of religion and faith and achievement. For somebody who's established in consciousness, you cannot make God your partner because you are God.
Okay. Understood.
It is before I became awakened. This is the journey with Dada, my first 15 years.
Okay. Similarly, another one query. In 2010, I have sent a message to you. You wrote one book, Success Through the Transmutation. Some first book, as per the Dada's advice, the energy can be transmuted. Whether that book is available online or any print pack is available, Guruji, actually?
That book is again before I became AiR. That is for samsara. That's
That is
not
for
for this book.
samsara.
No.
Okay. That is not for us, and we have crossed that. Not
Yeah.
required
So,
for us.
not required.
Okay,
So
Guruji.
what did I do? I wrote many books before I became AiR. After becoming AiR, what did I do? I completely destroyed all those books because those books are meant for people who are on the journey of achievement, not enlightenment.
Okay, Guruji. Thanks.
Those books are not written by AiR, not written by Atma and Ravi.
That is written by RVM, like that it
Ah,
is mentioned. Okay.
So that is not that those
Okay.
books are not related.
Okay.
They are not positive for our current study.
Okay, Guruji. Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you. Who Rajanand Siba Kailash will?
Yeah, Shivam Guruji.
Shivam.
Guruji, I want to ask one thing. I'm observing my thoughts, like becoming drashta, and also doing a practice of neti, but not able to still in the center of my true self.
Why?
I want to feel it myself, my true self.
Yeah, but you are. It is like me telling it. I telling you. I am not able to find my nose. Even though I'm pulling this, I'm not able to find my nose. Then what to do? If I tell you I'm not able to find my nose, I'm pulling this thing, but I'm not able to find. Where's my nose? I don't know where is my nose. So the challenge who is to contemplate and to concentrate on what we are talking and not, according to me, many of you are trying to search more than you need to search. The requirement, okay. This is my understanding. I may be wrong, okay?
Yeah.
So suppose the teacher told me, okay, tomorrow examination, you have to study these 2 chapters. So I studied these 2 chapters. Then I went to my house. I have free time for 6 hours. So I studied another 20 chapters. Now I studied 22 chapters. Next day examination, those 2 chapters came. What I will write in the examination?
The complication will be there.
On this call, we are telling in simple words how to be enlightened. On this call, we are telling in very simple words. Those who are picking from this call by completely understanding and accepting, anybody in this call can be easily enlightened. It's not complicated. But if we are not going to follow the call and we are going around, upside down and going like this and like that and like this and that, then obviously what you are saying is so simple. Neti tattvamasi. What you don't understand? You don't realize you are not the body. You don't realize that.
Yeah, I realize I'm not thoughts, my mind, my body, everything is I'm now observing. This is not me.
Then no, you're not observing. You're still thinking, who's that drashta? What is drashta? Somebody told drashta something. So now you're searching for the drashta.
Your mind is cheating with me.
No, so if you keep on complicating the matter, in this call, we don't know the way to do it in a complicated manner. Enlightenment is a very simple thing. I can give you 25 people in this call who have completely reached that awakening point, but they are completely focusing only on this subject, what we talk. They don't go here, there. Okay, some Guruji, some person told me Atma will be reborn. Then how Atma? What will happen to my Atma? Why you are listening to my Atma will be reborn? Atma will not be reborn. No, but this Swamiji told in this YouTube video and this Instagram video and in this book they have written like this. Then if you keep on confusing, so this is the problem. We cannot. It is not a complicated matter. You please. My guru told me, don't learn anything more. Unlearn. Stop learning. This is my guru's instruction. Stop learning. Stop it. Don't read more. Don't learn too much. You don't need to know too much.
Okay.
Only learn what is relevant. Learn limited, needed stuff. This is a problem with many people. We are trying to learn too much.
Okay.
Okay. So you try to come. Yeah, because you're trying to learn too much, it's not going to help you. Okay, done.
Yeah,
Next,
thank you.
please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So after who is Rajanand Siba, Kailash and Will.
Tom, sir.
Namaskar.
Sir, we know that we have identified ourselves, limited our this limitless bliss, limitless consciousness within our body, what we call that ego. Ahem. So, they say you are teaching us that we should enlighten our ego. Dire, enlighten our ego means dire, there is no other, there is only me, this also me, this also. Dire, ye badh jayega, daira badh jayega. And so once the whole thing will get engulfed as I. मतलब अहम का ये जो अहम है ये it will travel by enlightening, it will go from अहम to अहम ब्रह्मास्मि.
किसने बोला ये? मैंने तो नहीं बोला.
नहीं आपने बोला एनलाइटेड योग करो. मैं अपनी बात कि मेरा क्वेश्चन डिफरेंट है सर. क्वेश्चन मैं अपनी भाषा में बोलता हूँ. अभी आपने कहा एनलाइटेड योग करो.
बिकॉज़ कोई भी अहम will not go bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger ना. अहम will become smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller.
नहीं सर वो मैं क्वेश्चन डिफरेंट है सर. मैं क्वेश्चन डिफरेंट है.
आप क्वेश्चन पूछिए.
नहीं सर मैं इससे अपनी अंडरस्टैंडिंग बोल रहा हूँ कि ये क्या ये वही है जो हमारी आइडेंटिटी है. इसको एब्सोल्यूट आइडेंटिटी जो शिव की है, शिव स्वरूप अवस्था जो बोलते हैं हम, वो करने के लिए बिकॉज आपने एक लास्ट टाइम
गलत है राजा. ये गलत है.
वेबिनार में आपने बोला था स्टेट वन मैंने एक नया स्टेट किया है दैट इज सुपर कॉन्शियसनेस स्टेट. उस पे मैं सोच रहा था कि क्या सुपर कॉन्शियस स्टेट ये स्टेट है जब आप पूरे संसार को आप में समा जाएगा. लाइक दैट.
आई एम आस्किंग यू अ क्वेश्चन. कैन द वेव थिंक आई एम द ओशन?
बट
Can the wave think I am the ocean?
नहीं wave cannot think.
आप ये बात कर रहे हैं.
आइडेंटिटी को मैं एक्सपैंड करने की कोशिश सोच रहा हूँ.
नहीं कर सकते. नहीं हम एक्सपैंड नहीं कर सकते. जब when we realize we are nothing, but we become everything. We become everything.
We realize as we are nothing materially. बट कॉन्शियसली तो हम तो ब्रह्म ही है ना सर. एज कॉन्शियसनेस में ब्रह्म.
अगर हम ब्रह्म है तो ब्रह्म हर जगह है. लेकिन मैं शिव स्वरूप हो जाऊंगा, मैं शिव शक्ति हो जाऊंगा, मैं ब्रह्मस्वरूप हो जाऊंगा.
इन दैट वे आई एम नॉट थिंकिंग. आई एम थिंकिंग मटेरियली, जैसे प्रोग्रेसिंग बाय प्रोग्रेस. दिस इज मी, दिस आल्सो, दिस दैट मैन इज मी. देयर इज नो लाइक दैट. आई एम नॉट थिंकिंग इन दैट. वो दैट इज व्हाई आई एम टेलिंग. पहले मैंने बोल दिया कि मेरा सोच गलत है. दैट इज व्हाई आई एम टेलिंग यू. मेरी ये सोच, आई एम थिंकिंग मटेरियली, नॉट
the The problem is your mind is inflating your ego in a wrong direction.
Okay.
Your mind is inflating your ego in a wrong direction.
I am.
Your ego should say, मैं क्या हूँ कुछ भी नहीं, सब कुछ तुम ही हो प्रभु, तुम बिन मैं क्या कुछ भी ना. That's all.
Sir, फिर super conscious, how we can define super conscious state, consciousness state?
Super consciousness.
हाँ, आपने वो डिफाइन नहीं किया था ना, इसलिए तब से मैं लगा हूँ इसमें. You didn't define it, so मैं लगा हूँ तब से 3-4 जब भी किया.
अगर लहर सोचता है कि मैं कुछ नहीं हूँ, लहर क्या बन जाता है?
लहर ओशन बन जाता है.
तो खत्म हो गई बात ना राजेंद्र.
वही तो मैं बोल रहा हूँ, लेकिन मैं रूड वे में बोल रहा हूँ.
You don't keep on thinking I am ocean, I am ocean, I am ocean.
अच्छा, so there should be no thought of identity.
मैं कुछ, I am nothing.
सर मैं जो ये बोल रहे हैं ना आप, यही सबटिल वे में नहीं सोच रहा हूँ, मैं मटेरियल वे में सोच रहा हूँ. जब उसको भी मैं अपने में ले लिया, उसको भी अपने में ले लिया, मैं फिर पूर्ण, लेकिन वो अहंकार आ गया फिर. सर ओके, समझ गए. समझ गए सर, सॉरी.
अगर अहंकार आ जाएगा तो हमारा डाउनफॉल शुरू हो जाएगा.
बेसिकली मुझे वो कश्मीरी शिविज्म का भी दिमाग में है ना, क्योंकि हम बिलीव करते हैं वो शक्ति और इसमें शिव में.
What is my biggest problem in this call? Can I tell you what is my biggest problem in this call? My biggest problem is many genuine seekers want to learn more than they need to learn. And they are picking up here, there, everywhere. Then they are getting completely confused. Then they are not able to see clarity.
I was going it. मुझे पता है मैं क्या सोच रहा हूँ. That is why I start. मैंने पहले ही बोल दिया कि मैं क्या सोचता हूँ क्वेश्चन से पहले.
No problem. See, सुनो, ऐसा नहीं कि मुझे सब कुछ मालूम है और आपको मालूम नहीं, ऐसा तो नहीं है.
It is not this. नहीं सर, क्यों नहीं, आप यही करते हो, हम क्या तब.
नहीं, all I'm saying is let us realize we are nothing. By realizing we are nothing, we will automatically become everything. But we don't have to say we are everything. अगर लहर सोचता है मैं कुछ नहीं हूं, अपने आप वो समुद्र बन जाएगा. उसको बोलना नहीं कि मैं समुद्र हूं, क्योंकि समुद्र तो वो है जिसके हम एक अंश है. We are a small speck of that divine power called Sip. ठीक है?
ठीक है.
Siba, Kailash and Will.
Guruji, in self-certification, there are 3 points that is creating confusion, Guruji. That how my self-realization is complete. Am I free from karma? So Guruji, my self-realization is complete means I am not BME. That means is it in that context or what, Guruji? And am I free from karma means if there is no mind, body and ego, then no question of this thing, na Guruji.
If you are completely free from mind, body and ego, then you are tick mark. लेकिन अगर हमारे को खाना है गार्डन वड़ा पाव ही खाना है, हमारे को वो हमारे को मैक का ही हमारे को मेकअप चाहिए, हमारे को जो ग्लासेस चाहिए तो हमारे को वही रेबैन का ग्लासेस चाहिए. तो if we are still attached to the body, mind and ego, then we are not free.
अच्छा, but am I free from karma? मतलब गुरुजी,
ये कर्मा का पॉइंट नहीं, मैं पहला पॉइंट बोल रहा हूँ.
तो BME मतलब if I am not, मतलब ये और ये दोनों सेम ही आते हैं ना गुरुजी?
B ना अलग है. BME is I am free from the body craving, free from mind, free from ego.
Yeah.
Free from karma मतलब मैं कुछ भी नहीं करती हूँ.
Okay.
सब कुछ प्रभु करता है, सब कुछ प्रभु कराता है. I am nothing. I am doing nothing. I don't know to do anything.
Guruji, whenever you, Guruji, I just want to, you, with your own context, Guruji, just elaborate those points ना Guruji, क्योंकि बहुत सा समझ में नहीं आ रहा है Guruji मुझे कि वो कौन से context में बोला गया है.
See, the context is के पहले तो ये मैं हूँ, मैं ये मैं हमको तो बोल रहे तुम क्या समझते हो मुझसे, कैसे क्यों बात करते हो, तुम कौन है मुझे ऐसे बात करने के लिए. जब तक बॉडी, माइंड एंड ईगो, फॉर एग्जाम्पल बिफोर सुबह से रात तक मेरा यही ख्याल था मुझे क्या खाना है, अच्छा इडली खाना है, अच्छा डोसा खाना है, अच्छा पूरी खाना है, पाव भाजी खाना है, वड़ा पाव खाना है ना, कुछ भी खाएंगे ना, क्या फर्क पड़ता है। तो you have to reach that state where all the time you're not thinking, body is not thinking मुझे ये खाना चाहिए, ये कपड़ा चाहिए, ये चाहिए, ये चाहिए, ये चाहिए, ये चाहिए। So when you are, as long as you are body, mind, ego state, then you are not enlightened. That's the first point. And this is I can't take it more than this point on the call. And karma. कर्मा अगर हम सोचते हैं मैं करता हूं, मैं जूम कॉल करता हूं, मुझे मालूम है मैं सब कुछ हूं, then how I will be enlightened? अरे मैं क्या हूं, मैं तो जीरो हूं, nothing, completely zero. So these are the 2 points, but these are available in the books. वो किताब पढ़ो ना, सेल्फ सर्टिफिकेशन किताब पढ़ो, उसमें मालूम पड़ेगा।
बुक भी है क्या? क्योंकि राजेश सर ने मुझे भेजा था, बुक भी है क्या गुरुजी?
It is on Google Play. Okay. On Google Play, I think administrator, we should send all the new books PDF to on 555 please. Administrator, please make note that we should send every time a new book is released, I will send you all PDF file.
Then self certification का बुक भी है क्या गुरुजी?
वही तो मैं बोल रहा हूँ।
हाँ मतलब वो फिर वो डाउनलोड करती हूँ, क्योंकि मुझे लगा कि सिर्फ पॉइंट्स ही है ये करना।
Book is there. Kailash.
Okay.
Kailash Kumar.
Thank you गुरुजी.
Thank you.
Shivoham Guruji.
Shivoham.
My question is different. My question is that one person, Abhay Singh, who is the IIT person, and coming in the news from the last many days and in the Kumbh Mela also from the last many days, and he is claiming that I am spiritually awakened, okay, and giving the speech on the different news channels also that Shiva giving him the direction to go daily uh, many kilometers or to search, and there is no guru in reality of that person. What is your views on that person?
we should not have any views on anybody.
I agreed, sir, but he is also in the this spirituality part.
होने दो उसको, उस पर IIT बाबा बोलता है वो अपने आप को, राइट? वही है ना?
हाँ वही अभय सिंह, यस।
वो शायद हम उनसे पॉडकास्ट करेंगे, फिर मैं बताता हूँ।
बट वो तो बहुत स्मोकिंग वगैरह लोग उससे मना कर रहे हैं कि प्लीज लीव द स्मोकिंग। बाकी चीजें तो ही इज मतलब कनेक्टिंग दिस स्पिरिचुअलिटी विद द साइंस आल्सो, एंड ही इज आल्सो इन द सर्चिंग फ्रॉम द लास्ट मेनी इयर्स एज ओके ऑन द।
हम शायद अगर मैं पॉडकास्ट करता हूँ फिर मैं बताता हूँ उसको मिलने के बाद।
जी सर, जी।
अभी के लिए उनकी बातें सब सुनना इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड बिकॉज मेनी कंफ्यूजिंग पॉइंट्स आर देयर, डोंट गेट कंफ्यूज्ड।
बीच में वो ही इज कंफ्यूजिंग जो ना
क्यों सुनना है ऐसे बात को? नहीं सुनना है तो बस ये सुन के वो अगर बोलेगा जाके गंगा में डुबकी मारो तो अब जा, तुम गंगा जाएगा डुबकी मारने के लिए?
नहीं नो, मैं तो जस्ट वांट टू आस्क यू अबाउट योर व्यू।
See, let me tell you, if you want enlightenment, the subject, for example, Sanatan Dharma can be understood in 12 words. Full Sanatan Dharma can be understood in 12 words. Moksha can be understood in 12 words. तो ये उस पे ध्यान दो ना। हम वो छोड़ के हम क्यों IIT बाबा, IPS बाबा, IAS बाबा के पास क्यों जाना है?
Right.
Okay, we don't need all that.
Right.
Thank you. Will, Kamal, Sonia.
Shivoham, I have a very practical question. I have a lady, a Christian lady living in America who would like to meet you. I don't know if it's possible, how I could make an appointment to meet you for her.
Give her my number. Ask her to speak to me first on a call.
You want her to come on this call?
No. She give my WhatsApp number, right? You have my WhatsApp number. Ask her to message me and talk to me on a call.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, sir.
Okay. Anyway, I don't make it look as a not accessible. So anybody who wants to talk to me, I may not be available instantly, but there's my assistant who runs my time management. She will fix a time and I talk to people depending on what their topic is. And if it's not relevant, then it doesn't continue. But I am here to talk to all seekers who are seeking enlightenment and who want the truth.
How many people have access to your phone number? Is that a private phone number that you have there, or is that a general phone number? That number that triple double eight double.
No, that is my number, which ends with 55555. But I don't have any one number. Different people handle different mobiles depending. For example, if I'm traveling out of India, I have a different number. So when I'm in meditation, then I switch off. Only I have a number where only my 5 people in the world knows that number, because I'm in silence and nobody can contact me. So I have different, but the number you have for anybody to talk to me is that 98451 55555. That's the WhatsApp number.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Kamalji and Sonia, 2 more questions, I hope, before we end today. Unmute, Kamalji.
Shivam Guruji, Shivam.
Shivam.
I just wanted to express my gratitude. I'm enjoying Satchitanand more and more I read, more and more I read, more and more questions get resolved. And I'm feeling very happy.
So reading these books are itself meditation, they are itself yoga. When you read the book and try to translate it, its impact is fantastic.
And because I'm reading line by line, because I have to translate it, it is becoming going more deeper and deeper.
You are blessed, you are fortunate that you decided to do it, because that is the power. That SIP gave you that power. First, you thought you were doing something for SIP. Actually, you are not doing something for SIP. SIP is doing something for you. You understand?
This is really, it is a real miracle which has happened to me, and I'm really enjoying every moment when I'm on this book.
So I told you, that's why I gave you 3 books. Why I gave you 3 books?
Yeah, already started.
Because you finish one book, then you will start pulling my hair again. आगे क्या करना है? मैंने आपको 3 किताब दे दिए, एक करो, फिर दूसरा करो, फिर तीसरा करो.
This neti which I am going through, there are so many templates which you have created, and those characters are also difficult to, because they are all, I think in book it is not there, but in PDF file when I got it is there. So I think I'll accept it.
They go by the book and take what is required. Use your SIP will give you the decision. क्या करना है? SIP से बात करके आप आगे बढ़ते जाओ.
I'm using SIP for taking decision.
Be silent, contemplate. SIP को पूछो मैं क्या करूं? आगे बढ़ो. अगर कुछ problem है, we will see later.
The Satchitanand, I think by next week mid, I think I'll send you the copy.
My goal is all these books should be in Hindi published, so that all millions of people in India should benefit, because we have got this book on A to Z of Karma. How many people are crazy about that book in Hindi? Hindi में किताब नहीं है, एक ही किताब है. So now आपका second किताब, third किताब, fourth किताब. You keep continuing. I have to get somebody to format the book. We are still searching. We are trying to find some people to help us. ये book को format करना है और उसको आगे बढ़ाना है. Well, job is on.
I am only looking forward that somebody can read, if my mistakes can be.
So Rumataji is going to read Hindi books, and somebody else also is going to read. So we are going to continue that. Okay, thank you.
That will happen. Thank you.
Thank you. Sonia, and last Karu Pushpa. But Sonia first and Karu Pushpa.
Hi, AiR again.
Yes.
So I had another comment. When you said that your biggest complaint or your biggest gripe is that too many people go and listen to other things and they get confused. So I wanted to just give myself as an example here. I myself, this is an other thing. I've been on a spiritual path for 30 years. I mean, I know you speak of 2015, and time really is not so much of an indicator of anybody's growth. You could be on something for a very long time and just really not progress. So I'm not claiming anything just based on time. But what I'm trying to say is that I have heard many different thought processes, many different philosophies. I have practiced for many, many, many years. And I think what it comes down to, because it is also important and beneficial to hear other teachers as well. And I know you talked about this in one of your sessions about listening to another guru, as long as it's aligned. I think the bottom line is, based on what you speak and why it resonates, is because it's non-duality. If you start going into duality teachings, that is where the confusion lies. It's a very different approach. When you speak of non-duality, it's pretty much aligned. It's just different words used by different teachers, but it's all points to the same thing, that we are a drop of the ocean, and we eventually go back to the ocean. And you need to work, and you need to question, and you need to seek in life, and you need to have a purpose, you need to have a goal, and you need to know what that goal is. And it is more than making money and having children and living in the world and relationships. And so that non-dual teachings is very, very aligned. That was just my point.
So I have listened to your point, and what you say is 100% perfectly all right and understood and agreed by me. The 2 points I have to reply back. We can't discuss more because the time is limited, but I'm going to reply back 2 points. Point 1.
Sure.
Non-duality is not a very simple subject. People have got non-dual, Dvaita, Advaita, Vishishta Advaita. There are different type of duality teachings, but I'm not going to get into that. Just putting it forward for your reflection.
Okay.
The other important point which I want to tell you, suppose you have been searching for enlightenment or spiritual awakening for 30 years on the path of spirituality. Whatever you in your own words. There are many people on this call who have come after 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years of seeking. My reason of saying, for example, Siri, who's on the call today, my guarantee to her is, if you follow this path, which is on this call every day without any dilution, without any adulteration, I guarantee enlightenment.
Yeah, one focus attention to one.
So my only point is, Sonia, my only point is, if Siri is going to follow 3 different paths, she can follow. I have no problem, but I can't guarantee enlightenment.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I say I can guarantee, that means I am not doing anything. I am just a messenger of the Supreme, sharing a path. And I'm saying there are many people who are trying to follow this path on this call from 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and they've evolved to a state of awakening. Many people in this call are highly awakened, but they're still wanting that spark. There may be something, small thread holding them back. But of course, it's a beautiful thing to discuss. Now the time is over. I have to stop. But please keep it for the next call. And
I just wanted to add that if the seeker is genuinely seeking, progress is inevitable. It's just inevitable.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Thank you, Sonia. Quick comment from Karu Pushpa. We have to close. Pushpa, I always told you, 8 o'clock, there's a lot of time. 9 o'clock,
sorry for coming so late.
Time. No problem. Tell me, Pushpa.
Sorry, I just wanted to share my experience. I slammed my thumb when I shut my car boot, and my thumb became black. So your teaching came very useful, and I told myself, I'm not the body. I'm not the body. And I put my finger on the eyes. It actually helped a lot. I didn't feel so much of the pain.
So when you tell yourself, I'm not the body, not only you will not feel the pain, you will not have worry, you will not have fear, you will not have overthinking. So many things happen.
Yeah,
of course, it's my thumb.
Yeah. Okay. Then I was practicing. I mean, I'm practicing on and off, because you see, it's almost 11:30 late and all that. So the time when I was practicing, wow, I had so much of bombarding negativity, like how you were discussing yesterday. It was so tough. I think it goes by waves, is it? Sometimes it's so tough. Sometimes it's easy. So actually what happened is, I had a problem with my husband. And my husband says, so we had some communication, and he got hurt. And he told me that he will not eat my cooking anymore. You know how big it is for a wife who have cooked for for over 40 years. And if you don't want to cook, you know how bad my ego was hurt. But I was able to recognize that it was my ego that was hurt. Usually I will get angry that I'm hurt.
After how long did he start eating your food? After how many days he started eating again?
He hasn't eaten.
No, you make the food and tell him, I will keep you. See, this is the problem. You make the food and you tell him, I will continue cooking the food. Within the next 4 days.
I'm okay with it. Somehow, okay, I'm not too sure because
But I'm just telling
you have to go to market. Okay.
No. So if he doesn't want to eat and you don't want to cook, it's fine. But if you're cooking food for yourself, then you just cook a little food and keep for him. He will eat on his own.
I see. My husband is a person who has not eaten outside alone. My daughter is 35 years old, right? So he has always been eating at home. He never had time for himself. Now that he's eating outside, I'm quite happy because he's taking time. So it's not if I didn't join your our Zoom call, I would have been very offended because my ego was so hurt. You mean there's so many people who don't cook. You know, in Singapore, you just step out everywhere you have food. Okay. So talking about food is very easy in Singapore. I used to be very hurt. Now at least
you come back tomorrow and tell us more about it because today we have much beyond that time. Okay, so we'll speak tomorrow. Thank you. Nice to hear your inputs. With folded hands, I bow down to you.